Two, one. Cheers. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of The Changing Room. I feel like I'm talking really low. Do I sound like I'm
Well,
talking
I
low?
feel like I am too.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of The Changing Room. This is episode 21. 21. We are back with three new topics and ready to give our quick opinions on them. I am up first, definitively, for this episode. And our first topic is fur being banned at New York Fashion Week. Let's get my trusty timer out. I feel like for the show, that's a New Year's resolution. I want to get like a dramatic timer.
Right? That'd be cute.
Um, I honestly don't really know how I feel about this. A few topics ago, I said how I kind of hate like faux materials, but I'm also like an animal lover, so I definitely understand like how fur can be sourced unsustainably and like not humanely. So I'm definitely against the banning of that. I'm also very intrigued as to why it's coming around at this time right now. I know we also like personally mentioned how like New York Fashion Week is kind of taking like a beat. Like it's not as, not as prevalent anymore as the other, fashion weeks. So perhaps this is something that they're trying to implement to kind of get motion back going on the New York Fashion Week beat. But I'm on my 30 seconds. I will circle back around.
Okay, little known fact about me, I've been vegetarian my whole life, however, not for like necessarily the quote unquote right reasons. I am like fine that they banned fur. Was I ecstatic? No. Did I really have much of a reaction? No. Do I like faux fur? Fuck no. I think it's so ugly and cringe and like the text, ugh, disgusting. Listen, like obviously fur is not great for anyone, especially not the animals, and it's like it's a piece of history and it's important, but I don't know. I feel like in terms of sustainability, there are so many other things we could have worked on first before we got to fur.
Okay, I'm gonna start my 30. Yeah, I think the idea first that it's supposed to be, at least nowadays, like aligned with kind of like a luxury, category. And so I think fur can still exist as long as it's in a sustainable manner. Like we do kill animals to eat, right? So it's like, what happens with that fur? Now, is that being recycled into, and sold to like, manufacturing houses to then produce these garments? Now, to that makes sense. Like, fur goes back to like ancient people and they would reuse it in a functional way. So as long as you're honoring the animal and like not being wasteful with the byproducts, like I'm okay with that. And with that, it's even more helpful because it elevates it because there's going to be less of it and less people, you know what I mean? Like it's more of a luxury good. So I'm okay with it in that sense. But like just like mass producing products with real fur that's not sustainable, it's not nice to the animals, etc. But also fur is disgusting. Foam materials in general, just like ugh, I start like itching when I think about it. So yeah, I'm kind of twofold. Banning it I'm okay with if we're just like not going to see it at all, but I don't want to see it replaced with faux fur.
Period. Yeah, I agree. Like no replacements allowed. But I will say I feel like there are a lot of cultural implications of fur. Like you see a lot of, the indigenous tribes in the US. You see like in different cultures, people would wear fur. Like you said, they would kill the animals, eat the meat, like use the different products, like different like byproducts of killing an animal for like use. And by like real fur is very, very warm and like thermal. And in this it's very helpful. So it almost puts like a weird taste in my mouth because it's like putting it into such a negative connotation. Whereas if it's, taken in a somewhat sustainable way, it's not as bad as like all the plastic that we're taking. Like there's so many other awful things that we're killing the environment that the animals are gonna die if there's no fucking environment. Like let's be so honest. So I don't know.
Okay, second topic. Pantone's color of the year, Cloud Dancer. I feel like we can put like a photo down below. I've seen different iterations of like what this looks like to people,
Yeah,
but
I also feel like you can envision like fucking like Loki.
yeah, I kind of know the color you're wearing. Okay, three, two, one. All right, me personally, I love this color or lack of white's kind of what is white is either all the colors combined or no color at
No,
all. It's
it's
all
no
the
color.
one, it's no color at all.
Black is like all of them absorbed, I think.
No, I think it's
Um,
opposite because I always think one's more intuitive than the other. Either way, I personally really like it. I feel like in my wardrobe, I've been kind of leaning into more of because like Cloud Dancer is not like just like a true white. Like it's kind of like a ivory leaning white, and I just find it to be so chic in like wardrobe. Like literally yesterday, I was wearing like a sweatsuit, just like running errands. That was that color, and my the girl then front desk at the nail salon was like, "Wow, you look like really clean, like fresh." Like did I was like, "Right, period." I feel that. So I personally love it. But social implications may say otherwise, which I'll circle back to in my next go round.
yeah, listen, I love it. I think it's very like Skims, very like, I don't know, yeah, chic. You think of like the silk and blah blah blah. I think it's gorgeous. However, I think like we're taking a look at like what's really going on in the world right now and like societal implications. It's like, okay, like read the room a little bit. Like let's not do a clean girl white like please. Like if you went on TikTok once, like it's just it if there was like a humor in Pantone where they were like, haha, like look at you guys are fucking fools. Like look at how awful our world is. It's like funny. But like I don't think that they have a sense of humor and they're like making fun of society in that way.
Yeah, nah, they're dead ass serious with that. And I was like, who is on the committee for the color selection this year? It's giving like Trump, Sydney Sweeney, American Eagle. They were they were on the panel of who got to vote for the color. And like Loki, the name too. Like I'm kind of just like on some funny shit. Like we were talking about Native American tribes. Like it sounds like what Native American people like called white people when they first saw them. They're like, look at the cloud dancers.
Literally.
Like it's just so like I don't know. It's kind of unserious. The color itself, I think, is beautiful. Whatever. You can read into it. You cannot. You could choose your own color of the year. Like I don't think it needs to be that serious, but I'm also not tone deaf, and like I get why people are like, really, bro, like read the room, but whatever.
Yeah, I agree. Like it's a really beautiful color. And I think like it makes sense, right? It's the color of the year if we look at like, like trend forecasting and like you really are seeing so many of these off-whites and muted tones and like the clean girl aesthetic, which I fucking hate how I keep using that term. It really is coming so front-facing in society. However, it's like, how about we use our power to maybe shift the narrative and to like bring light to like a really gorgeous green or a purple or something that's like more I don't know, like I feel like we also all need some like color in our lives. Like we're becoming so muted and like bleh. Like why? Like ugh. I mean same, but whatever.
Oh, I have so much more to say, and I'll say it off camera because I don't want to cheat. But I'm just like, wait, bro, like I feel like never mind. This is where it gets hard. Damn. Anyway, so our last topic is in the creative field when you're first starting out, or even when you're looking to build your portfolio, you will in doubt be reaching out or have people reach out to you on the basis of collaboration and TFP, trade for pay, whatever your creative market calls it. I've heard it called many things. And so we're just gonna kind of dive into our thoughts on it. Period. I definitely think it serves like a really great purpose. I think at the heart of creation is collaboration. So if you find, other creatives, an idea that like you guys are all picking up the same energy and are able to execute, I think it's a very useful, I guess, thing as far as like being able to build your portfolio and, essentially putting shots in the gym because you have to be able to show work in order to book work, right? So it's definitely good in that sense. I'm out of my 30, but I'll circle back around. There is a but.
Yeah. Okay. As someone that is like a lot newer to the industry, I think yeah, like everything I did for almost a year was free. Which I think there's a lot of value in because you have to build like your portfolio, but you also have to like really grow and like learn your style. And like you're not gonna be the best version of yourself in whatever creative industry you may be in on your first, second, third, fourth job. So like it's not really why would you charge someone for that? However, I think that a lot of people get taken advantage of in this type of economy, which I just hit my 30, so I'll let Diamond.
Yeah, I think the whole idea is you need to bring value to whatever project you're on. So say if you're newer to the industry and you don't really have your unique perspective, your unique lane, your unique point of view, you're working to develop that so that now all of a sudden you can bring value once you feel as though you've done it enough. But the key point is bring value. So it's like you can get at any point, if you're working with a team, everyone needs to come with their unique perspective and executing to the fullest. I feel like you find a lot of the times that like it just it may not land in that way, and then now you find yourself constantly putting out free work or constantly giving out your ideas or giving out your creative energy to something that you're not receiving the value of it back in return. So I think it's just a pendulum, or it's two-sided, and you just have to make sure that one, you're giving your full value and you also feel as though you're receiving it. Otherwise, those type of interactions might not be for you, or it might be time to move on from that or give yourself some parameters.
Tea. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think like there you have to like maintain a balance of humility, but also like self-worth. Like you can't walk into a room and be like, I deserve to be paid this much money. Like I don't care, blah blah blah. But at the same time, you also have to be like, you know what? No, like I have valuable thoughts. Like I bring value to this team and this environment, and because of that, like I deserve to be paid. Like that's how people pay their bills. The biggest issue I have with trade for pay is when like someone's getting paid for it. Like when if there's like shady business going on and like you're on set and like you think you guys are collaborating, but someone's getting paid and it's like it's gross. Like first of all, like uplift the people you surround yourself with. And like if you're inviting someone to collaborate on something, that means you believe in them and like you shouldn't be like taking advantage of that? So don't be shady. Don't be like a fucking weirdo? That's it.
That needs to be the clip.
Literally.
But obviously, yeah, I have more to say on that. But that's it. And that was a really quick episode, but we kind of
It's
through
super quick.
that. Let us know your questions, comments, concerns down in the comments. We're what, 2 episodes out until the end of the year. So
Ugh, ew. That made
literally
me really uncomfortable.
2025 flew by and we're welcoming 2026 with open arms. So yes, interact with us. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about and might just see us talk about it. See you.